Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel today. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. First off, I do apologize. It's been a while since I posted a video. We've had some really bad weather out here in Utah last 3 or 4 weeks. We went from sun and 80 to 90 degrees to sleet, snow, back to sun. So those who can hear me, I'm congested, so I do apologize for that. Thanks to my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you see the title of this video, I'm really excited. Project Big Red is finally done, and it's about time. Now, a little bit about Project Big Red. I met the owner of this particular car when I first came in the Air Force. I'm retired now. Obviously, I'm old. So I met Steve in around, I want to say, September, October of 93, I think it was. I was at the Ford dealership getting some parts, Sumter, South Carolina. This car was sitting out back. Like any young Fox body kid, had my pace car looking for another Fox. Seen this car sitting outside, lost my mind. Whose car is this? Whose car is this? So go inside. I asked the guy, hey, you know who owns that red 85 out back? He laughed at me. Little did I know there's a good reason he laughed at me. So my good buddy Steve, I met him that day. He bought this car brand new. He worked for the Ford dealership for 40 years. Special ordered this car, 2R, bright red interior. So got to know Steve really well, really good guy. He helped me out time after time with parts for this and parts for that and just stuff that I needed. If you watch one of my videos on my SN95 Cobra, it's got some pink Cobra stickers. He bought those for me as well, or found them up in Canada. You can watch that video and see why they're pink. So, fell in love with Big Red the minute I seen it. Oh, my mom, bless her heart, she's gone from us now. She test drove a red 85 GT brand new when I was little bitty. Remember that like it was yesterday. When I seen this car, it kind of brought back memories of that a little bit when I first seen it. And I worked on this car for Steve. I did a 5-lug swap on it at one point in time. Chrome bullets around 99, 2000, 2001 when the bullet came out. So we did the Cobra brakes and chrome bullet wheels. And I painted the car in 95 before I went overseas. It had been around 95 because that's when I bought my 95 Cobras, either late 95, early 96 time frame. So I painted it the first time then. We used Sickens paint on the car. It didn't last very well. Steve lived in an apartment complex. So I have a place to park it. And being a South Carolina car, sun just beat the car. Interior, exterior. But luckily the car, super solid car, 100% rust-free car. Never had any rust. The only panels that I replaced on the car were the urethane bumpers, just from the sun, really beat up, warped out. You know what they do on a Fox body if you know Fox bodies. The bumpers are just warped all to pieces. So if you watch the past videos on this car, the build, it's going to be kind of a long video, guys. If you want to hang out, that's fine. If not, go grab a beer or some KFC or something like that. But anyway, a little long video here. It's going to take a minute. Just walking through this car and the history that I've known the car and stuff like that. So fast forward to, I want to say, let's say 5 years ago, we were on our way to Mustang Week. He called me and said, hey, do you want to buy Big Red? I'm like, well, Steve, I've only been trying to buy Big Red since like 92, 93. So hell yeah, I'll buy Big Red. And Big Red was in rough shape. So I got Big Red where it ran really well. I had to rebuild the carburetor, new fuel tank, clean out fuel lines, just your basic stuff. Nothing major to get it running and driving again. But it looked like a turd. And so I drove it that way around here in Utah for about 4 years. Never in any, bad weather or anything like that. Just, maybe some rain, but no snow or nothing. It's sat when it was snowing out. I never got trucked for that. So I knew I'd restore it one day, but it was going to take maybe a small, say miracle, but just some really good luck. I've got some friends that say I've got a golden horseshoe stuck somewhere, but who knows about all that. But I did get super lucky. I was on IA one day about 4 years ago after I bought the car. Just looking around, probably 3 years ago maybe. And there was an 86 GT, white car, and red interior with 29, maybe 30,000 miles on it. Interior was gorgeous. Found out the history of the car. It had some new tires on it, and there was a receipt in the glove box. And the original owner had passed away on that car, and he spun it backwards, or not him, but the kid that bought the car had spun it around, crashed a car, a quarter panel door, and it ended up at IA. I found all that out through the receipt in the glove box. So sometimes it's good to look through wrecked cars and make some phone calls. You can find some stuff out because that's just got super lucky. I knew that's what it was going to take to find a super nice original red interior, because anybody that does Fox body stuff at all knows that the red interior that they're making right now, I'm gonna say this, looks like shit. The tan they do in the gray, it's pretty nice. My son, we did his 84 GT with the Reproduction tan interior for the 85, 86 cars, and it looks pretty good. But the reds that I've seen, they're like a pinkish red, and they're disgusting. So I knew it was gonna take a small miracle. When I found that car, I had to have it. I bid the car up to, I think, a little over $2,000, and they didn't accept the bid. So I called the IAA, and they actually put me in touch with the insurance company that was selling the car on IAA. He said, well, I'll send you a counter offer through your account, and that's what he did. I accepted the offer. I bought the car, got it home, and I knew one day all the interior would end up in big red, so I immediately took all the interior out of that car and stuck it in the house. Yes, guys, I put it in the house. My wife, you know, I have one room in the basement that's just full of car parts that I don't want outside. So I started on big red 4 months ago. So if you want to watch the videos, I'll show you guys how to adjust the doors, the hatch, install windows, glass runs, and all that other stuff. And I finished him up about 2 weeks ago, but like I said prior, weather got bad, couldn't get it out, couldn't make a video, so today was the day. Now the wheels on the car, they're vintage. I had them polished by a friend in Fayetteville, North Carolina before I moved out here in Utah probably 15, 16 years ago. I had to dig out a old Powered by Ford hat to do this video, if anybody's noticing. Let me know what you think of these wheels. I mean, they're not custom in any respect, but let me know how you think they look on the car. I think they turned out amazing. It's a friend of mine in Fayetteville. Again, he charged me like $400, and he does a lot of motorcycle frames and stuff like that. So I took him. He's like, yeah, I can make them look really nice. And so without further ado, on me blabbering on like a blabber box, I'm gonna flip this camera around and let me know what you guys think of Big Red, the paint, the wheels, and we're gonna walk around them. Bam! There you go, guys. This is Big Red. First off, we're gonna start. What do you think of them polished 10 holes, fellas? Now I know LMR's putting a lot of money into Reproduction 10 holes. I don't know if they have a polish set. I really haven't looked on their site. You know, not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or fashion. But these 10 holes, that's what you can make a 10 hole look like, guys. So we're gonna step back. What do you think of that? I think it turned out amazing, guys. I don't like to use that word. So on the body moldings, these are off the 86 donor car. You can watch some of my old videos. I'll show you guys how to take original moldings off without messing them up. These have the original backings on them. I did take all the old tape off, and I installed new white 3M tape, just like Ford. Now 3M makes a white and a gray and a black. The white works the best. I've tried all three colors, and it looks OEM correct. I have part number for that if you want to hit me up at foxjunk73@gmail.com. I'd be glad to send you that. So second, we're going to focus on body lines, guys. I spend a lot of time adjusting cars, but this car just went together like it belonged together. Now, we'll address the little elephant in the room, no hood stripe. That's the 0.1% that isn't done. I ordered a Reproduction hood stripe. I did have an NOS stripe. When I bought this car from Steve, he gave me a ton of NOS parts, emblems, stripes, you name it, a bunch of parts. However, the NOS 85 hood stripe did not want to lay on the hood. It didn't want to go on. So I ordered one from Phoenix Graphics, and I also talked to LMR. They sell the same one. It's not the right color gray. It's a really light gray, and it doesn't match the body trim at all. It's totally different color. So I sent Phoenix Graphics a piece that was cut out of my original, and they're going to try to match that material. Just waiting on them to get back with me. So back to red, focusing on the, man, just, I'm sorry guys, the car just looks badass. 85 is one of my favorite year Mustangs. Those of you don't know, 85 was the last year for carburetor, first year roller cam, and they just ran really, really well. This car is no exception. This car has always ran strong. It still has the original 85 mufflers on it, both sides. The motor's never been apart. It's had a couple water pumps, minor stuff, but the motor itself never been touched. It does have a cool one-off 85 Ford Racing, and I'll try to get some underneath of the car, show you what that looks Looks like an 85 Ford Racing H-pipe that he ordered for this car, and it's 85 only, because 85 had a heat riser valve on the flange of the header on the driver's side, so it's a different length than like an 86 tubular header. So we're gonna open up the inside. Get ready, guys. Damn, that interior, guys. Excuse me. Got a little bee flying around in there. This is original, unrestored. Everything in this car basically unbolted and came out of my parts car with 20-something thousand miles. Dash, console, radio, carpet, factory floor mats. And them door panels, guys. The bottom of them doors. So guys, that's what it's about. Just attention to detail. You notice nothing's painted. The screws, the latches, the power lock rivet, you know, the door clip. That's part of doing Fox body stuff, guys. Just attention to detail, just the small stuff. You know, I show you guys how to paint all this like factory. This line right here, how to make it look OEM. That black seat, just some fresh red. And shut this door. Let's watch this, guys. Watch this. Butter. And those tailpipes, also original 85. Open this glove, this gas cap door here. Look at that, guys. Just clean, looking like showroom. Now those taillight lenses, those are Dan Carpenter lenses. I did repaint the gray. The gray he uses is super close, but I wanted it to be the same as the body moldings. So I did tape the lens up and repaint the lens. I do have a video on restoring 93 Cobra tail lights. Pretty much the same thing. Man, just everything, guys. Really happy with how this car turned out. I mean, even a driver's seat. Look at this. Just like brand new. You want to pet it. So that's the 140 cluster out of the 86, showing 30,000 miles. Everything, dash pad, not a crack, nothing. It's everything looking brand new. Seat belts, plastics, look at that. Scuff plates. I need to clean the mat. A little dirty, I've been driving it. Mat pockets on the doors, bottoms of the doors. I need to up inside the doors, even the little rubber around the light switch. Man, come on, guys. If you don't like a clean, freshly restored Fox, we're gonna open up the hatch, walk over that a little bit. Ooh, popping like new. Again, Ford emblem, NOS. Ford GT, Mustang GT sticker, that's also NOS. Got that with the car. That one I was able to save, but the hood stripe, no bueno. Just the details, guys. Again, a new license plate lights, Dan Carpenter stuff. Clean up all the grounds, make them look new. Go up in the hatch, up in here where the seam sealer is at. I replaced all that, make that look factory. So for all you guys, I had a couple guys make some negative comments about paint. Oh, you put too much paint on the car. It's too thick, blah, 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 blah. I can cover it with 2 coats. Well, this is how it turned out, guys. Thanks for your concern, but I've been doing this for a while. I think red turned out amazing. I'm gonna open the hood real quick. For those of you guys that are still watching this video, I apologize it took so long. So I'm gonna open this hood and be right back. So this is the engine bay. First off, on the hood insulator, it is also original to the car. Steve, my buddy, they had a technical service bulletin come out to trim the hood pad because it was revving all the 4V stickers off the air lid. So that's been like that since it was new. Hood pad's in good shape. It's not perfect. It's got a couple little, small spots. So this is the engine bay, guys. Like I said, attention to the details. . 2 . 3 . 4 . 5 . 6 . 7 . 8 . 9 . 10 . 11 . 12 . 13 . 14 . 15 . 16 . 17 . 18 . 19 . 20 . 21 . 22 . 23 . 24 . 25 . 26 . 27 . 28 . 29 . 30 . 31 . 32 . 33 . 34 . 35 . 36 . 37 . 38 . 39 . 40 . 41 . 42 . 43 . 44 . 45 . 46 . 47 . 48 . 49 . 50 . 51 . 52 . 53 . 54 . 55 . 56 . 57 . 58 . 59 . 60 . 61 . 62 . 63 . 64 . 65 . 66 . 67 . 68 . 69 . 70 . 71 . 72 . 73 . 74 . 75 . 76 . 77 . 78 . 79 . 80 . 81 . 82 . 83 . 84 . 85 . 86 . 87 . 88 . 89 . 90 . 91 . 92 . 93 . 94 . 95 . 96 Buck tag down in there. Frame rails. Like I said, I did spend a little time cleaning it under the hood. I didn't go crazy. The Ford plug wires still on it. Hanging down in here. Now that's the 85 headers. They look a lot like the 86 though. They do have little tubes that run from the headers to the snorkels on the air cleaner lid, but I don't have those on there currently. Now on the 85 on the driver's side, there's a thing called a heat riser. And I'm gonna show you this H-pipe. So when we get down here, I'll show you these rockers, guys. These rockers are amazing. Look at these pinch wheels, guys. I didn't straighten any of that. I'm definitely repainted, sure. Now we get under here. Look at these red floors. Now you see this H-pipe? That's a Ford Racing H-pipe for an 85 only. You see the H in the center. It was made for the special heat riser valve. I think it was available for like 6 months. They sent you the H-pipe and those long flow tubes. Because if you don't know much about 85s, the flow tubes on an 85 bolted to the muffler, they weren't welded. You see the original Ford part numbers on the mufflers back there? Oh, look at them torque boxes, guys. I mean, I have not cleaned the floors on this car at all. That's how clean it is. So that's that cool H-pipe. Didn't get much better than that. Just something vintage for the 80s. So for those of you that wanted to see the finished project, that's Big Red. Man, he looks badass. So again, y'all, thanks for watching this video. Oh, you know what? I better do this. I'll get yelled at if I don't. I'm gonna do a quick start. It ain't gonna be a cold start. We'll see what these old 85 mufflers with an H-pipe sound like. Because, you know, everybody's gotta run Flowmasters. See what this thing sounds like, guys.
No charge. It's on.
Damn, sounds pretty good for an old 85 muffler. Even the door chime works, y'all. So again, for those of you who subscribe to the channel, thanks a lot. I apologize, it's been a while. For those of you who haven't and you look for Fox Body information, you know, feel free to subscribe. And for those of you enjoying your weekend and you're watching my video, thanks for taking the time, and you guys have a good day.